So, just Suzanne Aris. I
Yes.
apologise. Whose team are you in?
I'm with Deb Watts, my sponsor. I'm with Helen Gadsby.
Oh, Helen, brilliant.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I do.
Um, so basically, the information we're going to give you tonight needs to be fed down to your teams as soon as possible. We're going to cover a lot of housekeeping, and that's all we're really going to have time for on the call. We're also going to go over a new document which some of you might have seen. It's a getting started document, and it's the Tamlin Platts and Samuel Platts document. It's much better, we feel. It's much cleaner, so we'll go over that as well. I'm just going to let Bev kick off, and Bev, we'll just sort of, you do one, then I do one. Should we go like that?
Yeah. Do you want to start off with the ICCT, because I've got that further down?
Not necessarily. It's up to you.
Shall we just whiz through the changes then?
Yeah, let's whiz through the changes and then go through the ICCT, because people can always finish looking at that if the call runs out of time.
It has been uploaded to It's a Shore Nation page, so it is currently in files at the top there, so you will be able to look at it in your own time. It basically is going to replace the the consultant, new independent consultant getting started document and the activity binder, because it's a more simplistic model. There's also as well as a PowerPoint, there's also a PDF version of it, and this is actually the UK version. So the changes that are underway is basically, it's very, very exciting. Our nation is going to progress in terms of training and linking in, and we want to provide clear tracks to run on. So this means creating targeted, supported training every Monday evening. So
say there. This is Luke Williams' idea. So I want to give credit to Luke for this. Luke suggested this the other day, and I hope you'll all agree that it's a fantastic way forward for this team. Claire, we ran it by Claire Shaw. She absolutely loves it. So Bev is going to explain. Sorry.
So basically, new consultants and independent consultants that have not yet made the district manager level will start on a Zoom at 8 p.m. And they will Zoom in to district managers. So basically, district managers will do suitable training specifically targeted at helping them to get to district manager. At 8:30 p.m, there'll be all the districts on a call with areas. And then at 9 p.m, it'll be areas on a call with regions. So then after that, there will be a region to nation call. But as Ian's call is going to be at 9:30, we're not exactly sure how that region to nation call will go. The itinerary for the Shore Region Training Monday night calls will now be as we've just described, and then followed every Monday will be Ian's 9:30 p.m. call, and that's going to be a Zoom call now rather than a conference call. And so the landline call will be replaced, although I do think, if I've got this right, that the first Monday of every month is going to be a multi-nation call.
Yeah,
so that's correct. A conference call because there'll be too many people. So I just need to double check that. So Ian will be hosting the Zoom, and it will be specific targeted training as it is tonight at 9:30. So that's really, really massively exciting for all of us, because Ian basically is plugging into his central because he wants to, bring everybody on and build another 4 nations. So these are all 30-minute calls, note, because obviously people have got to be on the next call as well. Because obviously if district managers are training consultants, the district managers then have to be on the call with the area managers. So it's really key that we just book these in for 30 minutes. And obviously different people will train every week on different subjects. So it's imperative everybody is on these calls, because this is our only way to communicate on a regular basis. So this 2-hour slot is going to be our communication slots every week, where we find out all about new things, etc. So, Yeelin, do you have the details on the consultant cash bonus? Do you want me to get them up on screen?
Yep, you can get them up. I've got them too. I'm just going to add to what you just said, if that's okay, Bev, about those calls.
I need to squeeze.
So for those of you that joined the call a little bit late, we are explaining how going forward as of next Monday, we're going to have a new format for the training calls. Now, this was Luke Williams' idea. We run it by Claire Shaw, and she loves it. We basically felt that the Monday night calls were repeating things that some of us didn't need to hear. Some of it was useful for the new independent consultants, but not for the more established districts and so on. So we are taking 3 calls, one for the people who need to get to district, one for the people who need to get to area, and so on and so on. We will this week be putting together some ideas for those people who are hosting the calls as to what you're going to be training with those on those calls. So we're going to have a brainstorming session. We're going to chuck a load of ideas out there, give you some strong guidelines to follow, and it's an opportunity for districts and executive district managers to step up and train consultants, and so on and so on. And then Bev, are you going to go through this? My dog is asking me to put her outside, so I'll be back in a second.
So the new consultant cash bonus. Basically, this is running from January to June 2016. And if you achieve in 1 month, as you can see here, you've got to sponsor 1 new independent consultant who accumulates a 250 PQV order in their start month. The reward will be the 6% override on the override volume, the QV, of all your personally sponsored independent consultants' personal retail volume. Or a consultant override and a £30 bonus can be earned if you sponsor 1 new independent consultant who accumulates 250 PQV in their start month, and they also then accumulate 1500 QV in their success line volume, of which 500 must be personal QV. They will then get the 6% override, the £30 cash bonus. The same terms apply, but the bonus is a £60 bonus, and you need to achieve sponsoring 2 or more new independent consultants who accumulate 250 PQV in their start month. And in your success line, you need to achieve 2,500 QV as a minimum, of which 1,000 must be personal qualifying volume. So that's great news for all independent new consultants. It also applies to existing consultants as well. So, it's great. Gives you real incentive to go out there and sponsor new people, which is exactly what Arbonne are wanting to achieve. So for those of you that remember, 4% was taken away last year. And obviously now Arbonne have realised that incentive is needed to actually promote people and train people. So this is really, really good news. One thing I need to say though, however, is that you need to note that cash bonuses will be paid the following month with override checks, and independent consultants must accumulate a minimum of 150 PQV in order to receive commissions and or overrides for any given month. So that's as per usual. You need to do your own 150 PQV to be in qualification. The terms and conditions are here. I'm not going to go through them, but if anybody wants them, I can always email them. So we also need to mention the GTC bonus, and what we said here, because we haven't got the document to hand, I don't think, unless you have, Yeelin.
I can't see anything while the screen shares on. That's the only problem. No, I don't have that document.
It's fairly straightforward, and I think the period is running from January to February the 29th, and new independent consultants win the GTC registration fee, and they also win a set of the new I Want It All products that are launched at GTC, and you'll get the QV on those free products in April too, so that's amazing. Then we've got certain dates to go through. Have you got those?
There, do you mind not screen sharing for a minute so that I can see my itinerary for tonight, because I can't see anything right now. Sorry. On that, on the independent consultant overrides, that's actually amazing, because it was only 4% before, now it's gone up to 6%. with the bonuses as well. So I think that is a really powerful tool. Just waiting for this to disappear. So this call tonight is literally just housekeeping. It's going to take up pretty much the whole half hour, just to set you all up for what is going to be going forward for the rest of the year. We are asking you, these calls that we're doing, the targeted calls, with the different levels, we're asking you to do really specific trainings and things like going through the getting started documents and so on, which we did try doing all of that this last few months. Whilst it was definitely helpful to a degree, I think we strongly feel that it's really important that sponsors go through that with their own teams. What do you think, guys? Because it just gets a little bit mundane going over those things every week, every same call once a month. So we need to do other more exciting things with our teams on the Monday night calls and be looking at those documents with your teams, getting started stuff and navigating the website and things like that.
The
So
GTC bonus, Yeelin, I shared on the Sankey area page as well. So that is
yeah,
on there.
that's on my page. That's probably on your page too, isn't it, Helen? On everyone's pages, should be really. Okay, so we wanted to also cover tonight, you've just got other few bits which we did do at region training, but you've got Leadership Nations training event. The next one is the 26th of June. Car presentations, there's district manager training on the 20th of February, and we've got car presentations in February are Chris and Carol Isles on the 7th of February, and that's in Chester. The invitation is on Ian Pritchard's Nation page. Please RSVP. We'd also like to mention at the beginning of every month the Discover Our Bonds and nutrition workshops that our regions are involved in. So, for example, tomorrow evening, Helen Gadsby and Joe have a nutrition workshop in Uppingham at the Falcon at, is it 8 p.m, Helen? Yeelin Parford has a nutrition workshop all by herself, which I know is not what you trained us on, Helen. I don't want to do it by myself. I want to do it with someone, but I don't know if anyone can do it with me. So that's at 8 o'clock next Tuesday, the 19th. Jane Gregory and Steve Clay, do you still have your nutrition workshop going on next Tuesday, the 19th, or Monday, the 18th, was it?
Yeah, but we've got venue issues, so we're looking for a new venue. If not, we'll be doing it online.
Fantastic. So look out for that, everybody, because that's going to be brilliant. Online is brilliant. We've got a new DA with Luke and Claire coming up on Zoom on the 28th of, is that January? Bev, I think it is, isn't it?
Sorry, no, I think it's the 20th of January. I didn't think it was with Luke. I thought it was with Leanne Davis. So I'm not clear on that.
Okay, well, Luke and Claire are doing one. Then also we've got Danny Adamson has been working hard with a small group to put together monthly DAs in Grantham and Newark going forward. So we're just in the process, or they are in the process of finding the right venue. We're also looking for a venue that for Ian, that's appropriate for Ian in Kegworth, and also for him to come over to meetings over this side as well. Those will be on a Wednesday, the third Wednesday of every month in Grantham, stroke Newark. I'm not sure what's happening with Newark yet. We've got meetings obviously listed on the Discover Arbonne, what's it called, that page?
The DA, they're on the Nation,
the Nation DA page.
So I'm trying to find it. Sorry, it's a website. In actual fact,
it's the UK Nations, www.uknations.co.uk, I think.
No, it's UKMVP dates@gmail.com.
There you see, I got it completely wrong.
Sorry, hang on.
No.
www.uknationevents.com, and the password is ICAN, and you can see all of the various different DAs that are coming up. On the 13th is London, Peterborough 13th, Preston 18th, Liverpool 19th, Leicester 20th, Bristol 20th, Birmingham 20th, Wirral 26th, Leeds 28th, and then there's supposed to be a Zoom DA on the 28th as well. Moving on to region training, there's going to be a new format and it's going to be on a new day. So the region training at Kegworth is going to be on a Wednesday, the first Wednesday of every month. And every other month, Ian is going to actually come to Kegworth to train us. And then the other month, it's going to be a DA followed after 30 minutes by a training session. So obviously you can take your guests along to that, and then presumably the guests stay for the rest of the region training. So I think that is the format that's going to apply to that. So the new ICCT training that Yeelin referred to, which we were going to screen share, have you got anything else to add into the housekeeping side of things, Yeelin?
Just Sue Alexander dates. If you want to go to a product and business training with Sue, it's Guildford, Sunday the 17th of January, and Bradford, Sunday the 24th of January. But my team are committed to a training that we're running on the 24th of January, so you're not allowed to go. Sorry. Makeup workshops, Guildford is Sunday the 7th of February and Bradford Saturday the 23rd of January. Those are amazing workshops. Quite a few people on the team have done one or both or either or, and we can all recommend those. And the new ICCT, we can move on to that now.
Well, basically, the new ICCT training, so I'll screen share it again so that everybody's familiar with it and knows what to look for. I think that's pretty important. If I can get it up. Yeah. Seems to have decided not to do it. That's odd. Oh dear.
It just takes a second. What has it decided not to do?
Hang on, maybe I can get it up. Can you see that now?
Yeah, it's coming.
Can everybody see that? The PowerPoint?
Thumbs up if you can see it, guys. Yeah, cool.
Okay, great. This basically originated from Tamlin Platts and Scott Campbell in Australia, and then this is the UK version, which I came across quite some time ago. I discussed it with Claire, and she said that apparently Ian and Sarah Dunning are planning on creating a new up-to-date version of this. So it's not that we're not going to still access Google Docs. We'll still access that because you've got international training on there. So obviously there's different PowerPoints for Taiwan, for Poland, etc., and they're still on Google Docs. But this is a new simplified form of training a new consultant, essentially. Basically, we need to remember that these Monday night training calls are to give us all the skills to achieve our goals. And this is essentially where we will communicate. So it's really important that part of that is actually learning the presentation. So learning the presentation, all of those kind of trainings, new products, new events, new whatever, we'll all communicate about on a Monday night now. So the ICCT training, as you can see, we'll just flick through the slides. Basically, you've got Arbonne lingo. Don't need to go through that with anybody at this point in time. Skipped, yeah, Arbonne jargon. So Arbonne lingo, Arbonne jargon. Now, it's not necessarily going to be right in terms of the training calls anymore. But that's customer services. So this is everything that your new consultant needs to know. Sorry, I can't seemingly... I'll click down with the other button. So a few things you need to know, your upline contact details. So obviously you're going to fill this in for them. Monthly requirement, consultant maintenance. And then the next slide, presentations and sponsoring, etiquette, conference calls and training. This probably therefore is going to need updating now. unfortunately, but you have to do that manually, I suppose, for now. Communication, the systems that we use for success, the results approach, etc. Or importantly, be a product of the product, share the products. We all need to get across the fact that we're a product-driven company, and we all need to actually use the products as well as share the products with other people, and we all want to get PCs. Stories sell. The Arbonne website, how you can familiarise yourself with the website. I don't think on here it actually trains anybody as to how to sort out their own profile in their own website, but again, that's down to the independent consultant to be trained by their upline.
And it's on the source. It's on Arbonne University.
There's plenty of videos there, aren't there?
Yeah.
So basically, it tells you how to set people up for success, how to order your business cards, business packs, create your 100-person list, because obviously that's key. So it is all key information for starting. And then follow up, prioritising your diary. So planning, getting those group events going, doing your one-to-ones, doing your networking events, handing out your sample packs, doing your bag drops, etc. Following up, obviously, and making calls. And then preferred clients, the preferred client benefits. There are a whole range, which we've forgotten, Yeelin, of new success packs. So we need to look at that, don't we? Because I didn't think about that. Yeah. 2 income streams. It explains how network marketing briefly works and pays you, and also direct selling and how that works as well. And how really, our job is to get people to district manager as quickly as possible. So in this document, that explains that. If you treat it like a business, then obviously you need to get organised, be punctual, you need to dress for success. Makes me laugh every time I think of that now. Yvonne's rendition of a pilot wearing a hoodie.
Yeah.
Focus on your why.
It's worth repeating.
You want to carry on, Yeelin? Go back to why.
Well, you can scroll down for me. Well, yeah, there's your why. Why you're doing this business. I can't read it very clearly. It's quite small, but it might be better if you do.
Okay, so why are you doing this business? It's really good for your consultant to tell you what their why is in the offset, so that whenever the going gets rough, you can always remind them of why they're doing the business. That's always useful. Setting goals. Again, we want to restrict setting goals to uplines. Not restrict, that's the word, but to focus on it at the beginning of the month, at the end of the month.
But with your sponsor, and to put them on the it's a Sure Nation page rather than sharing them on a call.
Yeah, but to take responsibility, basically.
Right.
So this is your business, this is your why, this is your goals. So it's not about somebody chasing you up saying, oh, what's your goals this month? You should be on it on the last day of the month, if not before. So the reading list, there's a great reading list here, and obviously there's more reading lists in Google Docs. Essentially, I've sort of put together a document, and basically, this is a personal development business. So from the offset, it's really important to get this across to people, that the business is all about personal development. I'll read you out the 10 network marketing skills that Eric Worre did on a call.
Not 10, it's 7.
7, yeah. Yeah, it said 10 network marketing skills, and then I listed 7. But I think there was 3 others after it. But they were the key 7 ones, yeah.
Can you close this page then now?
Sorry?
This screen share. Can you close it for us now?
Yeah.
We come to the end.
So yeah, your sponsor will pass on a list of useful documentation, and you can save all of that to your laptop or whatever. So shall I just discuss the network marketing skills?
Yeah.
That Eric Worre said last night, because I think that they were really key to us all understanding how important this 2-hour training.
Did Eric Worre training. So you should all have this. You should all have GoPro, either on audio or in a book. or, you know, just be watching it on YouTube. You can find all of these on YouTube. And these are the things that you need to be training your consultants when they're new into the business. These are the basics of network marketing. And by the time you've been doing this for 6 months, you should know all of this. And this is what you are going to be teaching your new consultants. So and he goes through each one of these really, really effectively. So it's worth getting the book because he gives you so many tips on how to do each of them. Especially the audio, it's really great because he's got a fantastic voice, and then his Facebook page and his website are just brilliant for reinforcing all of these tips. Number 1 is finding, 2 is inviting, 3 is presenting, 4 is your follow-up, 5 is closing. I can do these more slowly if you like. 6 is getting started, and 7 is promoting. So number 1 is finding, 2 is inviting, 3 is presenting, 4 is follow-up, 5 is closing, 6 is getting them started, and 7 is promoting the products. So finding the right people, inviting them to see the business, presenting them the opportunity, following up with them, closing with them, getting them started, and then showing them how to promote the products.
I think what he means by number 7, having listened to the video last night, Yeelin, is promoting, as in promoting people. So
Promoting people out, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, people and products is, yeah, fair point.
In essence,
And then repeat.
Yeah, repeat. Keep it simple and work really hard at taking out any complexity. So keep the system really as simple as possible. Add in personal development and activity. Teach people how to bonus and plan your day, your diary, your month, your year. If you treat it like a job, commit so many hours to it and be consistent, and basically get people to events. So share and promote. But his emphasis was on basically the teamwork that comes with the team being on conference calls, web calls, Zoom calls, making sure everybody gets to the key leadership events. So insist that your team are at AAC, that if they can afford it, they go to GTC. Insist that they're on, DAs, that they go to DAs. Because by plugging in, people maintain the momentum. So that's why we need to ensure that everybody understands that these calls on a Monday night are absolutely crucial. And I think that's why Ian's jumped on into our central to make sure that we get that momentum going.
Yeah, he actually he's doing the Zooms because he wants to see who is on, who's plugging in. Not everybody can plug in because, for example, some people are working, some people are just, Luke, for example, has got rehearsals until March, although he's decided to step back from his theatre commitments after March. So Ian is actually doing the Zooms because he wants to see who's on those calls. So get your teams on there, because when he sees us on there, that's when he will absolutely give he will meet you where you're at, and he will give 100% more. So guys, we're going to call it a day there. I think we've covered everything. Just a note on those calls on Mondays, they will be like Hetty Gifford, Scott Campbell and Stuart Armfield, Ian, all of those guys, when they do their Zoom trainings, they just talk solidly for half an hour or 20 minutes, and they do a hard training, and then they wave everyone goodbye. So they don't have any discussions. It's very much information. You take notes, and that's it. I think what we're aiming for those calls is 30-minute calls, 20 to 30-minute calls, where you are getting absolutely creme de la creme information and making lots of notes, and then passing that down into your teams and duplicating it. So we are, fingers crossed, those calls are going to be really successful.
No,
okay,
they will be.
They are going to be really successful, but we'll see the results. Because there's going to be targeted training, so we're really going to see the results from those calls.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what you all think of that. So if you can go onto the It's a Sure Nation page after this, just to make a comment on the new format. Obviously, we'll see next week what your feedback is when they actually start running. But it would be good to hear people's feedback on that. It's always nice to hear what people think.
Yeelin,
You can rattle around sort of doing all this stuff. Yeah.
This recording, I will try and upload it tonight. I don't think it'll take too long because it's only half an hour, just over. And then the document as well with all the information on. You've got a copy and I've got a copy, so we can upload those to our own pages, can't we?
Sure, yeah.
Trish, if you want to email in, anybody else wants to email in. I don't really want to put it on Claire's page necessarily because she's not actually been through it, checked it and, you know, approved it, etc. But we can do that tomorrow, perhaps, maybe the day after. So
Great.
The next call then is at 9:30 with Ian, and it is a Zoom call. So the ID is actually on It's a Sure Nation page. Ian actually posted it on there himself. So he's coming for us. So you better be on there. So if anybody needs the recording of this, then I'll post it to It's a Sure Nation. And then you can forward it to people from there. I think Ian and I both think that those earlier calls, Ian won't allow us to record his call, but we can record these calls. So it's important for people like Luke, like Emma, like whoever, Max, I don't think has got on the call, whoever anyway, that can't get on it because they're working, they're on holiday or whatever else. So
thank you to everybody for being on the call tonight. It means that you are serious about your business. It's, you know, you're in the top 5% maybe. So I don't know exactly what the percentages are, but you guys are serious and you guys are all going to go to the top. So we look forward to seeing you at 9:30.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.